Now, this is part one of a two-part video I'm going to make. The second video will be recorded and put up later. But I just want to talk about this situation, bro. I came off work. I saw something they said talking about like how Blake Griffin tenure with the Clippers ended and stuff like that, and how it was out. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So once I finally got picked up, I looked on Twitter and they talking about the Clippers parted ways with CP3. What? Are you joking, bro? I cannot believe this, bro. You're like what, 5-16, 5-17. This season garbage. It's time to offload players. The fact of the matter is, CP3 was not one of the players you're supposed to offload. That was supposed to be a player you kept for the retirement tour. That's your only silver lining. What, you can name the worst franchise in the NBA right now, and they won't even make a mistake like this. If they have a franchise legend on their team, why? Unless you're trading to a contender, why in the world would you just outright just say, "Hey, bro, like just go home. Like we don't need you no more. Yeah, just go home." And the fact that he had to post on Twitter to announce to the fans like, "Oh well, I just got a call and they just sent me home," and he sent the peace sign emoji. Yo, that you cannot get any worse than that. That is so disrespectful on so many levels, bro. I cannot believe this. But it's been a track record with the Clippers. I'm not gonna front with you. It could be with Steve Ballmer, team with the Clippers. Hey, you been owning things, or it's been with the other owner. I forgot his name, but that racist owner, Don Sterling. Like, this franchise has found ways to freaking mismanage and freaking screw up everything. But the one thing that's been saving them has been a good PR. Now that they did this, they PR is over. It should have been over because this aspiration thing, like how freaking Steve Ballmer could potentially was like money laundering to freaking sign Kawhi Leonard to a big contract. I don't know, man. Like that's kind of suspicious. That started the downward spiral of their freaking PR right there. And then you come out with waving CP3. What was the point of that? What? I don't understand. This man was literally crying at some event that, he was announcing like he was returning to the Clippers and stuff like that, and how it means to be in a spot where he freaking took his career to another level. You stripped that away for what? For what? Did he rub Kawhi or James Harden the wrong way? You should be offloading those players. It's over. It's over. Anyways, okay. Like, what could he have possibly done? I seriously don't know what he could have possibly done to just be sent home. I don't know. Like, I'm currently thinking of anything that he could have done to freaking for the Clippers to decide to move on with him. Like, they act like this is C.J. Gardner-Johnson, somebody. Like for real. Like, C.J. Gardner-Johnson has freaking run folks the wrong way because he been complaining about playing time and stuff like that. Now he's with the Bears. Now you don't hear complaints. Now they're the first seed in the entire NFL. But they act like he was making that big of a stink of freaking playing games. See, I'm talking about CP3 is. He was making that big of a stink that he deserved to just get sent home. I don't understand what was the thought process of going into it. Mind you, there's guys on this roster that I knew was not going to pan out. Folks are saying, "Oh, Brook Open, he got Brook Open, yeah, too slow." Yeah, he's no, he's just too slow, and in fact, you really don't have a freaking backup guard. Your backup guard is really CP3, if I'm being honest with you, because Bradley Beal, once again, got hurt, Now he's out for the season. Wasted money on that. Okay, boom. We now it's CP3 up. You just cut CP3 because I don't know why. My theory is, and it's definitely based off facts that's been out there for a bit. So you remember during the summertime where Lawrence Frank was talking about like guys should understand like there's what do you say? Like there's one basketball so I think there's not gonna be that many minutes to like go around. Basically, he's basically saying like folks are not going to play every night. Basically, I don't know. It was something like that. I might have to pull it up on the screen or something, but that is something he referred to. Okay, boom. It was like a 4 or 5 game stretch where CP3 didn't even play at all. Mind you, he was healthy to play. He was just a healthy scratch. Okay. Now, like recently, he just announced his retirement. Okay. They got all these big video packages and stuff like that. He just returned to Charlotte. Okay, that's his home. I think that's his hometown, but I know he went to college there. Okay. Um. Now we at this point where they decided to waive him. So my theory is they didn't want to play him every game. They didn't. So that's why Lawrence Frank said what he said. Okay. The Clippers actually sold him. Like, listen, you're not going to play every game. Okay, you think CP3 was okay with that? He wasn't. Okay, so that's why he decided to announce the retirement recently instead of doing it in the off season, right? Like Tim Duncan did. I think I think Kerry Garnett announced it before the season. Who else? Uh, Basically just announce it after the season and not make a big situation for the Clippers. But since he did announce it, it put the Clippers in a tight situation because you don't want to be in a situation where you already didn't play Paul. I can understand why they didn't play Paul Pierce much in his retirement tour, but not playing CP3 much during his retirement tour would have been a disaster. So the Clippers knew that they didn't want to play him to begin with. They didn't. So they decided, okay, well, we don't want to play you. Yeah, we're just gonna have to send you home because like you just don't fit here. And I'm telling you right now, if that gets freaking rumored, within the next couple days, I'm gonna die laughing because ain't no way you cutting a freaking franchise legend, even though he's not that caliber player no more. But the fact of the matter is, he's a franchise legend. His jersey gonna go in the rafters. What is there to lose? Just play him. Just play him like 15 minutes, get over with. Well, you couldn't sit through that for how many games been played? Let's see, 21, like what, 60 some games, like 61 games? You could sit through that for 60 plus games? Like, that's embarrassing. But yeah, that's all I got to say about this video. The next video, I'm going to talk about the Clippers as a whole. And I'm not sure if I want to start with the CP3 team onward, or should I just, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy Trail. I'm out.